In this video series, we look at job descriptions, some of the job descriptions and the keywords we can find, such as GitHub right now. So we look at the keywords you guys as technical recruiters may still not really understand. Now we are going to look at GitHub. So in another video, I explained what Git is, right? Version control system. And we have three major players in this field, GitHub, GitLab, and Bitbucket. They are cloud-based version systems, version control systems. So instead of talking about the feature set, I'll show you on an example what it is. I'll just briefly enumerate what it can really do. So the version control is the base, that's why it started. It hosts in the cloud, which is a huge difference compared to how the code was stored in the past. It was stored just straight on the server. I remember we were just deploying the code straight from the developer's computer to the server, just copying through FTP, really crazy. Now it's hosted in the cloud, and everyone knows which version it is. There is master, there are developer branches. I talk about this in another video. Backtracking used really well, especially in the open source community. Teams in companies use it also, but the backtracking for open source projects is really a huge thing because anyone can submit a bug, anyone can propose a fix. Really great. Feature requests. Now, since GitHub is also used for open source projects, anyone can submit a new feature request for any of those open source projects, which is really cool again. So these two go together: feature request and backtracking. And wiki, so every single repository has some wiki page, some README file. And I'll show you right now what it looks like in one of our repositories, all right? Let's dive right in. So here we can see one of our repositories. This is my repository. You can see michal.github.io. So this is the profile. And this is a repository. You can see this is a private repository, so you will not be able to see the content of it if you just type this URL, but I'll show you because it's not really confidential. So here you can see a folder. So this is the root folder, the top folder with subfolders. These are all subfolders. And on the bottom you can see files, so these are individual files. As soon as you click on any of these files, like this blog.html, you can see the content of the file, and this is all online, so anyone can see it. You can see it has 63 lines, and you can see the content. So this is HTML code, right? So this is a code. But what is interesting here is that you can see a history. You can see a history, you can see what was changed and when, and this is a huge added value because you can see that this file was, for example, changed 11 days ago and then 14 days ago, and you can even see what was changed. So if I would click here, I would immediately see what were the changes, and this has huge added value for developers, especially in teams where more than 5 developers work on the same code. They can immediately see who changed what and when as a part of what feature request or bug fix. You can see here that I changed in the blog the featured article. It used to be meetup of the Smart Apps community, and I changed it to how to attract developers. So the red highlight indicates something that disappeared, and the green highlight highlights newly added text. So coming back, you can see here all the changes that go back to 2018, and you can also see some complete overview of all the changes. If you go to commits, then you can see across all the files what was changed. So for example, here were commits on June 6th, and June 4th, etc., etc. Should there be more people involved in this repository, you would obviously see more here. All right, now let's look at some other repositories. Well, this is my profile. This is my profile. You can see it here. You can see my activity in the last year. So this is everything available on GitHub. You can also see some other repositories I contribute to. So here we have, for example, sample database. It's one of the public repositories. You can see here a file, for example, this one, updated 3 years ago. What is really cool, I already mentioned the wiki and some README file. So this is an example of this README file. Anyone can read how to import the database. So anyone, this is a public repository. So literally anyone can come to this URL and read this, how to import to database, how to load the data, how to use Workbench, etc., etc. So a lot of people go here, download it, and follow the instructions. You can see here the branches. I mentioned here master branch is the default branch. All right, let me look at some other examples. Maybe I have some other repositories here that I could show you. So what about maybe Rela? No, it doesn't have any other branches. So you can see here a list of all the branches. Maybe Titanium models will have more branches. So here, oh yeah, this one has 2 branches. So for example, the default branch is master, and there are some other branches like this API level updated 8 years ago. So sometimes the branches are just left out there. Most often are merged to master. All right, so that's it. What I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you what GitHub looks like, how GitHub implemented Git. So Git is the technology and GitHub is the company that allows the cloud hosting, version control system, and the whole community, open source community, to work on open source project, which is really cool. So this is what you as a recruiter need to know. Next time you look at a job description and you see here GitHub, hey, our code is on GitHub, then you know, okay, cool, they use GitHub. So now let's wrap it up here. I suggest you guys to forward this video to your colleagues and friends so they also learn about some of these key terms. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel to learn more about how to become a great technical recruiter.